What was once an abstract fantasy, he has made a colorful reality for the Soaring Eagles Talk Show as we colorfully celebrate the beautiful memories of our anniversary, parading our reflection through victories to reminisce on and forever cherish. We value you all who have come thus far with us, sharing this special occasion of uncommon learning. Stay tuned as we take you through a recap of all our episodes in this one year. We kick off with the unleashing of your potential. And what you need to know is your potential is greater than you think. And the biggest adventure you can take is to live a life of your dreams. So listen.
So potentials are those skills, those abilities, those capabilities, those qualities that are buried deep inside that have the propensity to cause a world-shaking change. I use the expression world-shaking change because if what it does is just come out and do nothing, it's not potential.
In order to avoid complacency and mediocrity, what other role can I play in unleashing my potential?
Understand how much you carry until you grow into it. You see somebody who's a good public speaker and you think, this person, he was born with public speaking. No. That person must have adopted a mindset of growth. There was a time the person was learning how to talk before little children, learning how to talk before youth, learning how to talk before a crowd. There was a time, different stages. You must adopt a mindset of growth. Secondly, a mindset of possibilities, a mindset of positivity. It means that you are positive.
Like me, you might be wondering, what then is the positive outcome to unloosening the reins? To whose advantage does emanating my potential stand to?
Your potential for yourself. God has made it such that once there's this discovery, it profits humanity. It benefits humanity. If you are a public speaker, and that's what you found that God has put in you, you won't come out and talk to trees. Oh, trees, I'm here. Even if you're talking to trees need motivation.
Of course.
If you talk to trees positively, they will dangle their leaves at you. It's still something. But beyond that, God has given you a voice for a reason, not for you. You need to understand that.
Though relative, what else could be the reason why I still tilt towards the bait of my peers?
Trying to be like the Joneses, live like the Joneses. I understand my background, perhaps I'm not well to do, and I want to feel among. It becomes a pressure. There's a Latin word that said, "Nemo dat ought not habet." You cannot give what you don't have. This is not you, but you want to feel among. So in doing that, you see a lot of people delving into things they are not meant to do. Another cause of peer pressure is inordinate aspiration. Your vision are inordinate. I'm not saying it's not good to have a big dream. It's good to have fantastic dreams. But there are certain dreams you have that are not in alignment with the acceptable norms. You are in school, for example, you want to be very popular. You want to be highly accepted. And the only thing for you to do is you need to join a course. You need to belong to those that matter. Lack of discipline is another thing that results in peer pressure. Pressures are bound to come, but when you do not have a discipline, they become a pressure for you. You begin to battle with it to see how you overcome it. So when you have a focus, you have a direction. So peer pressure comes, you now see it as a distraction.
Like a combat-ready army, we all need this impeccable armor. Let's hear from our guests.
They always have impossibilities. Self-doubt has to focus on you as an individual, seeing yourself with the inability to take decision. You depend on others. You see, self-doubt also is seeing yourself not qualified to make decisions. Now, for instance, you're among your friends and then you see, you know that A is the correct one. But because your friends are saying, no, B is the one, you follow your friends. So you doubt your ability to do certain things. Correctly. You are influenced. So it seems as if self-doubt have a negative aspect of it in making you to follow it's like a pressure, public opinion. I love that. So self-doubt is you're not trusting, you are not having faith in yourself that you can do a certain thing.
The primary cause of doubt is distraction. Doubt is a seed, obviously. It grows when planted and flourishes if nourished by distraction and lack of focus. However, doubt vanishes away when you focus on your strength and ability. When you focus on your present, self-doubt vanishes away. The more you focus on your goal, the less room there is for doubt to creep in. Listen to this.
You away from what is priority, what you ought to do at a certain time, then it's a distraction. You know, I said it that way so that we don't become too academic about it. It could mean anything. In fact, some things that are legitimate could be distractions because they are coming at a certain time they are not supposed to come. Basically, that matrix helps you to put into perspective things that are urgent and important, things that are not urgent but they are important, things that are urgent but not important, and things that are not urgent and not important. You see, if you are able to do this, you will now, that is one way to navigate through distractions. That way you don't get distracted from achieving your goal. Because you see, what is urgent and important is something you want to attend to immediately. You want to do now. What is not urgent but important is something that is not urgent. You can schedule it, you plan it. You understand, but it may not be immediately. You get it done, but not immediately. Then what is urgent and not important may be something you need to delegate. Somebody else might need to attend to it. You don't have to be the Messiah at all times that attends to everything. Then there are certain things that are not urgent and are not important. They don't worth your time.
Nelson Mandela once said, the greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising after we have fallen. The greatest challenge is not in avoiding distraction, but in overcoming challenges with persistence, grit, and determination. By learning to rise above obstacles and stay focused on our goals, we can build the strength and character needed to achieve success and fulfillment despite adversity. This was extensively discussed. Please hear this.
An unpleasant setback, unpleasant situation that comes to you. You do not plan them. That's why it's called unpleasant. It's not something you have planned for. Everybody, if you're given an opportunity to choose, you choose a smooth life, something really free from any turbulence. But that's it. You do not have that choice. Adversity comes in different shapes and sizes to different people. How do you build resilience? First of all, you have to cultivate a growth mindset. Aside that, work on your emotional mindset. That's where you need to get it right. Thirdly, do away with negative people. Surround yourself with positive-minded people. Fourth, you need to set realistic goals. If you failed before, like I said, look at what you did wrong and how can you be better off. So set realistic goals and then practice self-care. Practice self-care. Take care of yourself. Moments of adversity, a lot of people have it worn over their faces. Like, man, devil came through. No. Tell yourself that, no, this is nothing before the God I serve, first of all. This is nothing before the God I serve. And with God, I will definitely scale through.
Material possessions alone cannot guarantee happiness or protection from adversity. It is important to know wealth and material possession can provide temporal comfort, but they cannot shield us from life's inevitable adversities. Here it is imperative to ask, what actually is materialism? Because true strength is not in accumulation of riches, but in the resilience of the human spirit.
The way people pursue materialism from different individuals could be wrong. Acquisition of material, acquisition of building, car is not the a product of success. Money is not measured majorly by the cash you have. It is measured by the worth of what you can do. So when you are, the quest is to get the cash today, you may die before getting it. God created us with the quest to be greater, and that quest develops. However, if you don't return that particular plant God planted in you to God to manage it, you are going to misuse it. They are never satisfied with what they have. They are never patient. Impatience is there in the heart. Then another thing that causes many people to run into is fear and inferiority. So the quest is because of that selfishness in man is inside. And as far as human beings refuse to allow God to take a possession of the heart he created, that heart cannot produce anything very useful, because the heart is controlled. If God is not controlling your heart, be sure Satan will control it.
Materialism can create unrealistic expectations in relationships. Prioritizing material wealth can distort value, diverting focus to what one can gain from a relationship rather than what they can give. Overemphasizing material comfort can hinder emotional intimacy and deep, meaningful connection. Hence, understanding the scope of love is essential. What then is love?
Dictionary meaning will just define love as maybe having a deep affection towards another person, or loving and caring for someone. When you hear people say, I love you, it's just merely based on maybe feelings or emotions. Maybe this person, he's tall, dark, and handsome. For that reason, I love him. Oh, I'm in love with this guy. Oh my God. Or maybe the lady, she has a backside, a front side. Say, I'm in love with this person. I can't sleep without you. I can't do this. You're the only this. You're the only cockroach in my cupboard. That's what we see. And they say for that reason, we love the person. The love is simply based on feelings and emotions. And sincerely, love is much more than that. It's deeper than feelings and emotions. So love actually goes beyond just feelings and emotions. It has to do with understanding, having common values and understanding each other. But then people, we see how they don't even know themselves. They don't even know what they want in life. And so anyway, belle face, anybody that just tells them this, they go this way, they break your heart, you go here. And before you even get married, you're already broken. You're shattered already. And you're no more yourself. You've lost your dignity, you've lost your self-worth, you've lost your self-esteem because you just in a relationship, because the world portrays it that you have to be in a relationship. As long as you have 16 years, 18 years, 20, you just have to be in a relationship, otherwise something is not right with you.
Defining a relationship is the best tool to have so as not to run into a relationship built on lust. Love prioritizes emotional connection and mutual growth. Love values vulnerability and trust. Love is a long-term investment. Meanwhile, lust focuses on physical desire and self-gratifications. Lust thrives on an atmosphere where love is lacking. So how do we distinguish between love and lust?
Lust and love are two opposite sides of the spectrum. And by that, I would want to say that love and lust are actually different. That lust that has to do with a relationship simply connotes that affection that has sexual desire attached to it. There is a sense in which the two parties or more than two parties have something in mind to achieve that may not be obvious in the immediate. So it is not godlike, it is something that is parasitic in nature. In fact, another name or synonym for lust is infatuation. The person has that tendency to keep thinking immoral thoughts. That person has the tendency to keep, having that senseless thoughts over the night. You don't do nothing. Again, you are just thinking of that person. To eat, you can't eat. To write exams, you can't write. To go to school, you can't for weeks. That is already a sign that it is not love. The motive of love and lust is not the same. It is in the motive of lust that you will see the person that is lost entering into a relationship in order to be able to get what he wants. But in love is a kind of relationship whereby there's no condition attached. You are loving freely with your heart. Though there are desires, of course, because you are human beings, but it's not the desire to satisfy what we call sexual gratification. So lust is dealing with sexual gratification, while in love, you are trying to glorify the name of the Lord.
The inability to express love in a proper way has bettered the rise of sexual perversion in our world, and a balanced and respectful approach to sexuality is essential for healthy relationships and personal well-being. These perversions exist in various forms, thereby gratifying that which is abnormal and hidden, rebranding them as a norm.
When you begin to do things that is outside nature, they have consequences. And so that's why that word danger should be associated with that word perversion.
That for everything that you see that God has released to be of help to us, the devil can also use as an instrument of destruction. We have fornication, it's a perversion. We have adultery, it is perversion. Pedophilia, when a man is having sexual attraction for a child, that is sexual perversion. Bestiality, when people begin to sleep with animals. We have gerontophilia. Gerontophilia is when people begin to have affection for old people. We have masturbation, which is in fact very, very common now. We have homosexuality, which is part of it. We have lesbianism, which is also part of it. In fact, there are a lot of them. If the mind can be renewed, the man can be transformed. So we work on the mind, renewing the mind. Relearn, unlearn, always learning so that you can be transformed. Romans 12 and verse 2 is our anchor scripture. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so if we can remove what you are thinking of and put something new there, your behavior will change. That is it. Once we can take what you have there, because everyone is driven by what he believes. Everyone is driven by his worldview, his ideas. And these things come as a result of where we are born, what we have been, our surroundings. These things form our worldview. But if we can renew your mind, if we can put the right thoughts in your mind, it will be easy to change your character. And so I said, even when you are deformed, you can be transformed.
Overcoming perversions requires a holistic approach, focusing on spiritual growth, self-awareness, and intentional living, which are built on what one's life purpose is. Working on purpose involves aligning your values, actions, and goals with your spiritual principles. Overcoming perversions is a journey requiring patience, effort, and dedication. Working on purpose helps you develop a stronger sense of self, empowering you to make positive choices and live a more intentional life. From the desk of a professional on purpose discovery.
So virtually everyone on earth has a purpose. You have a reason why you're alive. You have a reason why you do what you do. That's your purpose. We were not created by ourselves. We were made by someone. When you recognize that there is a divine being for your life, then you would want to fulfill the purpose for creation and not just your own purpose. To discover one's purpose, I think the first thing the person should do is go back to his maker, go back to the God that gave you life, and ask him for direction. For purpose to find fulfillment, it needs passion as a driving force. Passion helps you direct your purpose. A goal can be a purpose if it is set by the person that is pursuing the goal, and it could now be called a purpose. It is good that we marry our life's goal with what we are engaged in, so that we would achieve purpose while fulfilling a goal. That success is actually achieved when you are in purpose. Outside purpose, you don't find success. Being happy would always be meaningful. But being meaningful might not always be happy. Purpose can be abused because When it is not spent for the right things, it is then being abused. Your destination is only reached when your maker says, this is your end. So we could find a reason to live, but it might not be a full purpose if it is outside your maker's purpose. Yes, one's original purpose is found in God and should be based on God.
Purpose discovery is deeply connected to the mind. It's a journey, and the mind plays a vital role in uncovering your unique path, such as mindful reflection, self-awareness, intuition, values alignment, goal setting, mindset shift, emotional intelligence, cognitive basis, and the likes. Draw closer.
Actually, is the seat of your emotions. It is the faculty to reason. So the place where you have your emotions, your hunger, your thirst, where you have imagination, then that part of you is that thing that is called the mind. The world has a mold, a system that he wants to fit you into it. Through the song, through the lifestyle, through Yahoo. That's the world. The world has a mold. And what is behind that mold is that depravity, that rebellion. There are so many systems of the world that the devil wants to fit you into. Make you believe that is your mind. He said, but be ye transformed. What it means is change the form, transform. Conform is forced to take a certain form. Transform is change that form that you've been conformed to. How do you get transformed? You try to get yourself transformed by the renewing of the mind. And I've told you that word renew means to replace. So what are the things you've been filling your mind with? Replace them. What are the things you've been listening to? Replace them. What are the things that have been spoken into your life? Replace them. Renew your mind. It is intentionality. It is not one day. It is not 1 month. It may not even be 1 year. But I'm telling you, if you start it today, in the next 30 days, if you do it for the next 30 days, you are not the same person again. For you to be an expert, you must have done that thing repeatedly for the minimum of 10,000 hours.
Focus, indeed, plays a crucial role in turning failure to success. By concentrating on what matters most, you can turn setbacks into stepping stones for achievement. Because failure is not the opposite of success. It is not a dead end, but a detour that takes you back to the starting point. Wiser, more resilient, to start again with a newfound sense of purpose and determination. Knowledge is self-care.
Try until you succeed. You have no success story. You have no experience. In fact, some people believe that experience is the teacher that can lead you to success. In fact, in his own words, he said, I have not failed. I'm only learning how not to do it. I have done it the way I'm supposed not to do it. But I want to keep on trying. He tried and tried until he did it rightly. Those setbacks, they are just like ladder to success. When you experience setback, you make up your mind that you will not drop out. You are not going to. Because of setback, some people will just from there stop. You do not stop trying. You just develop a very thick skin. You make up your mind that whatever the setback, I must overcome.
You are stronger than your struggles. You are braver than your doubts. You are smarter than your setback. Keep moving forward. Dan Millman said, and I quote, "You don't have to control your thoughts. You just have to stop letting them control you. Do not let your setback define your progress." End of quote. So just like us, conveying a beacon of hope from the distant shores of Africa, you too will one day share the story of how you overcame, and then it will be someone's survival guide. So are you still shacking on us? Let's get a commitment. Hit that subscription button. Show some love. Please share this video so that the thirsty can drink from this unending fountain of wisdom